Welcome to Debbie Tales, where we bring the timeless stories of the Bible and real life to life. Today, we journey back to ancient times to uncover the story of a man renowned for his unparalleled wisdom and majestic reign, King Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived. In the ancient and majestic land of Israel, during a time of heroes and legends, a child was born who would come to be known as the wisest man who ever lived. This is the story of Solomon, the son of David, a tale woven with threads of wisdom, power, love, and tragedy. Our story begins with King David, a shepherd turned warrior, whose heart was as fierce as it was tender. Through his remarkable journey, he rose to the throne of Israel, uniting the tribes and bringing peace to a troubled land. Yet, David's life was not without shadows. Among his many sons, one would rise above the rest: Solomon, born to David and Bathsheba, the woman who entered David's life amidst scandal and sorrow, yet brought forth a son destined for greatness. From the very beginning, Solomon's life was marked by the divine. In his youth, he was groomed in the ways of leadership, wisdom, and justice. His father, David, saw the spark of destiny within him and nurtured it, preparing Solomon for the immense responsibility that awaited him. From a young age, Solomon displayed extraordinary intelligence and a natural aptitude for learning. He absorbed knowledge like a sponge, grasping complex concepts with ease and demonstrating a wisdom that belied his youth. David, himself a seasoned ruler who had faced numerous challenges and triumphs, saw in Solomon a successor who could carry on his legacy and lead Israel with wisdom and integrity. To prepare Solomon for the responsibilities of kingship, David provided him with the finest education available in the ancient world. He surrounded him with scholars, advisors, and mentors who imparted not only academic knowledge, but also practical skills in governance, diplomacy, and warfare. Solomon was exposed to a diverse range of subjects, from philosophy and literature to military strategy and statecraft, ensuring he received a well-rounded education befitting a future king. David also instilled in Solomon important values and principles, emphasizing the importance of justice, compassion, and humility in leadership. He shared his own experiences and lessons learned from his reign, imparting invaluable wisdom to his son. Through both formal instruction and personal example, David groomed Solomon not just to rule, but to rule wisely and with integrity. This nurturing environment, combined with Solomon's innate gifts, laid the foundation for his remarkable rise to power and his reputation as one of the wisest rulers in history. It underscores the profound influence that parents and mentors can have on shaping the trajectory of a young person's life, especially when that individual is destined for greatness. However, Solomon's path to kingship was not without challenges. In the wake of King David's passing, the land of Israel trembled with uncertainty. For within the royal household, a tempest brewed, fueled by the ambition of David's surviving sons, each vying for the throne like hungry lions circling their prey. Yet amidst the chaos and intrigue, Solomon stood resolute, a beacon of strength and resolve. Though his brother schemed and plotted, Solomon remained steadfast in his belief that justice would prevail. With the wisdom inherited from his father and the guidance of trusted allies, he embarked on a journey fraught with peril and uncertainty, determined to claim his rightful place as king. It was a time of alliances forged in the fires of loyalty and betrayal, where whispers of treachery lingered in the air like a foul stench. But Solomon, fortified by the unwavering support of key allies such as the venerable prophet Nathan and the steadfast priest Zadok, pressed forward undaunted. With their counsel as his guiding light, he navigated the treacherous waters of palace intrigue with the grace and cunning of a seasoned tactician. And so, when the fateful hour arrived and the crown hung in the balance, it was Solomon who emerged victorious, his claim to the throne solidified by the hand of destiny itself. With the anointing oil glistening upon his brow, he ascended the throne as the rightful king of Israel, a testament to the triumph of virtue over vice and the enduring power of righteousness in a world shrouded in shadow. Thus began the reign of Solomon, a chapter in the annals of history marked by prosperity, wisdom, and the indomitable spirit of a king who dared to defy the odds and claim his rightful place among the stars. And though the road ahead would be fraught with challenges and tribulations, Solomon faced the future with courage in his heart and the wisdom of ages past guiding his every step. After Solomon became king, he faced the difficult task of consolidating his power and securing his throne from potential threats. To do this, he had to deal with several individuals who posed a threat to his reign or who had committed serious offenses during the tumultuous final days of his father David's rule. Solomon's older brother Adonijah had previously declared himself king before David officially named Solomon as his successor. After Solomon was firmly established as king, Adonijah requested to marry Abishag, the young woman who had served David in his old age. This request was seen as a potential attempt to assert a claim to the throne. Solomon viewed this as a direct threat to his rule and ordered Adonijah's execution. Joab was David's military commander, known for his loyalty, but also for his ruthless actions, including the murders of Abner and Amasa. After David's death, Joab supported Adonijah's bid for the throne. As a result, Solomon saw him as a threat to his rule and ordered his execution. Joab fled to the altar for sanctuary, but Solomon had him killed there. Shimei had cursed David during Absalom's rebellion, but was later pardoned by David on the condition that he stay in Jerusalem. After Solomon became king, he initially spared Shimei's life but imposed a restriction that he must not leave Jerusalem. When Shimei eventually violated this condition by traveling to Gath to retrieve his servants, Solomon ordered his execution. Although not killed, Abiathar the priest was removed from his position and exiled. Abiathar had supported Adonijah's claim to the throne. Solomon spared his life due to his past loyalty to David, but sent him to his hometown of Anathoth, effectively removing him from power. These actions were critical for Solomon to eliminate immediate threats and secure his position as the undisputed king of Israel. They demonstrated his willingness to take decisive and sometimes harsh actions to establish and maintain his rule. One of Solomon's most famous acts as king occurred early in his reign when God appeared to him in a dream and offered to grant him any request. When God appeared to Solomon and offered him anything he desired, it was a moment of immense significance. Solomon, despite being a newly crowned king with boundless opportunities at his fingertips, did not ask for personal gain or worldly riches. Instead, he demonstrated remarkable self-awareness and foresight by requesting wisdom to govern his people justly. This choice reveals Solomon's deep understanding of the responsibilities of leadership and his genuine concern for the welfare of his subjects. He recognized that true greatness lies not in amassing wealth or power for oneself but in using one's abilities to serve others and uphold justice. By prioritizing wisdom, Solomon acknowledged the importance of making sound decisions that would benefit his kingdom and ensure its prosperity and stability. God's response to Solomon's request is a testament to his character and the value of humility before the divine. Impressed by Solomon's humility and selflessness, God not only granted him wisdom, but also bestowed upon him unparalleled riches and honor. This divine favor demonstrates God's recognition of Solomon's sincerity and his commitment to fulfilling his duties as king with integrity and wisdom. The granting of wisdom to Solomon is symbolic of his divine mandate to rule, affirming his legitimacy as a leader chosen by God. It also underscores the belief in many religious traditions that true wisdom comes not from human intellect alone, but from a higher source of divine guidance and understanding. Overall, this episode encapsulates the essence of Solomon's reign, a combination of humility, wisdom, and divine favor that enabled him to govern with excellence and leave a lasting legacy in the annals of history. Solomon's reign, despite its remarkable achievements and unparalleled wisdom, bore the weight of a profound flaw that would ultimately tarnish his legacy: his indulgence in a vast harem of foreign wives. And, in his pursuit of political alliances and diplomatic stability, Solomon entered into marriages with women from neighboring kingdoms, seeking to solidify treaties and secure his kingdom's borders. However, in doing so, he violated God's commandments, which expressly forbade intermarriage with foreign nations, as it often led to the worship of foreign gods and the erosion of Israel's spiritual integrity. As Solomon's harem grew in size and influence, so too did the idolatrous practices of his foreign wives seep into the fabric of Israelite society. Temples to pagan deities sprang up like weeds across the land, and the worship of false gods threatened to overshadow the worship of Yahweh, the one true God of Israel. Despite his wisdom and discernment in other matters, Solomon's heart was led astray by the allure of foreign women and the promise of temporal power. He succumbed to the temptations of the flesh and allowed his desires to cloud his judgment, forsaking the very principles of righteousness and fidelity that had guided his reign. The consequences of Solomon's transgressions would be felt long after his passing. The division of the kingdom after his death, with the northern tribes breaking away to form the kingdom of Israel, while the southern tribes remained loyal to Solomon's descendants in the kingdom of Judah, served as a sobering reminder of the dangers of spiritual compromise and moral decay. Despite his undeniable contributions to Israel's prosperity and cultural legacy, Solomon's legacy is one of complexity and contradiction. His tale serves as a cautionary reminder of the perils of unchecked ambition and the importance of remaining steadfast in one's faith and convictions, even in the face of temptation and worldly allure. Solomon's death, like much of his life, is steeped in legend and speculation. According to biblical accounts, Solomon reigned as king for 40 years, overseeing a period of unprecedented prosperity and peace known as the Golden Age of Israel. The exact circumstances of Solomon's death are not explicitly recorded in the biblical texts. However, some historical and traditional accounts suggest that Solomon's later years were marked by internal strife and rebellion, particularly from within his own family. According to Jewish tradition, Solomon's decline in his later years was attributed to his departure from the path of righteousness and his failure to uphold God's commandments. One prominent account, found in the biblical books of Kings, mentions that towards the end of his reign, Solomon faced opposition from Jeroboam, one of his officials whom he had appointed over the labor force of the tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh. This opposition eventually led to the division of the kingdom after Solomon's death, with Jeroboam becoming king of the northern tribes of Israel. After Solomon's death, he was succeeded by his son Rehoboam, who ascended to the throne of Israel. However, Rehoboam's reign quickly led to turmoil and division. His harsh policies and refusal to heed the counsel of his elders alienated many of his subjects, resulting in the fracturing of the United Kingdom. The 10 northern tribes rebelled and formed the separate kingdom of Israel under Jeroboam, leaving Rehoboam to rule only over the southern kingdom of Judah. Thus, the glorious era of Solomon's united Israel came to an end, giving way to a divided and turbulent future for the once great nation.